What's up, everybody? This is the PMK reporter. It's been a little while and I wanted to make a video. It's funny, there's a lot of doom and gloom about Nintendo's situation, and not the handhelds. We all know that Nintendo's handhelds are performing well, but it's the home console, the Wii U. And then you have some people that are saying that, Nintendo home console hasn't performed really well in a really long time, with the exception of the Wii. So why does Nintendo continue to make hardware? And I have a really good friend, and you guys know who my really good friend is. His name is Jodeci Dion. Jodeci Dion and myself, we talk about this subject quite often. And I'm a little hard-headed. And so it usually starts off with me complaining about how I think Nintendo should grab the bull by the horns and be more aggressive with the talent that they have, with the IPs that they have under their belt, with the name itself, Nintendo. And every time we talk about that, Joe always reminds me that that's not Nintendo's goal. And I know some of you guys are like, what? What do you mean? That's not Nintendo's goal. And he often reminds me that Nintendo's goal is not about being number one. It's funny, as much as we've talked about this subject, it still amazes me that his insight into Nintendo's philosophy. You see, I'm aggressive by nature, so naturally I want Nintendo to be the best. Human nature, we want the company that we view as the best to be number one, right? That's what we all want. But in reality, is being number one really everything it's cracked up to be? Does being number one automatically guarantee profitability? Does it automatically mean growth and expansion? Does it automatically mean nothing but plus? Well, obviously, we all know the answer to that is no. It doesn't always guarantee any of those things. So, the big question is this: should Nintendo change their business model? Iwata was actually quoted in saying that Nintendo's going to evaluate their traditional business model and see basically if they need to make changes. And he goes on to say that basically, and I'm paraphrasing this, that the mobile market is growing at an incredible rate and they want to make sure their model is going to be competitive in that type of landscape. Now, it's funny, everyone is taking that as doom and gloom, when in reality, it's really a smart move and it's a smart thing to think about. You see, no one wants to admit that that market is growing, but in reality, it is. Now, the Wii U is not doing particularly well at this moment in time, but it's kind of funny. Sony, the company that is in really a dire situation, that is not really financially stable, whose stock has been rated as junk status for quite some time now, no one is talking about that company. And it's funny, these so-called hardcore gamers who seem to be the so-called experts and who think that they know what's best for the industry, when in reality, those are the gamers who don't seem to really buy games. Oh, I said it. If you are a Nintendo fan who claims to be a hardcore fan, then why are some of the Nintendo games that are quote-unquote exclusive to our console not performing well? Oh, these Nintendo fans who claim to be Nintendo fans but don't spend their money. The games are never quite what they want. The titles aren't what they want. They want F-Zeros. They want Star Foxes. And in reality, when those come out, they won't support those either. Just like Wonderful 101, just like Pikmin, just like Monster Hunter, just like Zombie U, just as Lego. It's interesting. All of these games that are designed for Nintendo fans aren't buying. So before you start really truly pointing your finger at Nintendo, maybe you should stop and point your finger at the quote-unquote hardcore Nintendo fan. You see, these so-called hardcore Nintendo fans that don't buy any first-party titles, or third-party exclusives for that matter, guess what? Nintendo is not going to bring you F-Zeros or Star Fox because they have no faith that you will purchase the products that are released for you. And you wonder why they cater to the taboo people. What are those people called? Casual gamers? Yeah, because casual gamers actually may spend more than the so-called hardcore Nintendo gamers do. What a crying shame.